russosbrand.com, where the pros are the pros. Jinder and his boys, bro, they all got let go, right? Shaky, they all got let go, right? All of them, Ben?
I don't know if Shanky got let go yet or not.
Shaky did, though.
Who got let go, though? A couple. I thought it was him and his boys.
The Veer and the other guy, whoever sang.
Veer with the nice beard. That Veer with the beautiful beard. Who's the other guy?
Took him 25 weeks to swim from India.
Yeah. Who's the other guy that got let go? Not Shaky. Who's the other guy?
Sangria. Get me a deuce. Get me a sangria with extra lime.
Guys, I watched Jinder's title reign, and I can remember vividly. No doubt he did every single thing that was asked of him. And, he was getting heat. I remember watching the whole ceremony. He'd go out with the carpet and the rug and the whole 9 yards. They even brought in, who'd they bring in that pay-per-view? The Giant
Boys.
Who?
Khali.
Khali, the whole 9 yards. And from what I could gather, this guy was doing everything they asked him to do. Number one. Number two, I hear this guy's like the nicest guy in the world. So I don't think he was giving anybody any problems backstage. So they took the title from him, and the only thing I could say to justify it was he did seem to be a little injury prone. He got hurt a couple of times, and they had to start him, stop him. However, he's been healthy for a while, and he has not gotten hurt within the last couple of years. So then we find out Jinder is let go with the guy with the beautiful beard, and then I'm freaking watching Raw, and I'm looking at DUI. And I'm like, Johnny Gargano is more valuable to your company than Jinder Mahal? Like, what freaking galaxy do you guys live in that I am so sick of the playing favorites, bro, and people having jobs that have no reason of being. I don't know. I don't know if Gargano, if Shawn Michaels is reminded of himself through Johnny I don't know what the freaking love is, bro. But I swear to God, Stevie, this was a guy that looked to me to be a team player. They put the belt on him. He did nothing wrong. He did everything they asked him to do. I think the problem came, Stevie, didn't the problem start when Brock didn't want to work with him? Remember that, bro? Brock didn't want to work with him, and they switched it over to AJ. Remember that happened?
Yeah, but before that, the problem really started with Hunter in India when he went over on Jinder. That's when it all started. That was the loss of the vote of confidence, and Hunter, the thing with Shawn, side note, I have to push back. If you look or you look anything like Shawn Michaels, remind Shawn Michaels of himself, it probably gets you heat. So you're getting knocked down a peg or two.
Yeah, tell the whole story why, though, for those who don't know, Stevie, of why that happened in India.
Oh, you do. And then we had a great Master Shoot Theater in Australia about that.
Yeah,
hey, who's your cross-eyed friends over there?
Yeah, let's get to the beginning of it, Ben. Let's explain this, because, my God, this is a blue chip athlete from India, unique, who is no longer with the company. Go ahead, Ben.
Yeah, there's a lot of components to talk about this with these guys. But the rumor has it, and I think Trips told the story to the dirt sheets, that when they got to India and it was supposed to be Triple H versus Jinder for like the big torch pass, and we're going to move into this mega market that loves action movies, Bollywood movies, and entertainment, and has plenty of money to spend. Triple H was in a cab, and the taxi driver turned to him and said, "Oh, I loved you all through high school. You were on my high school locker poster, and I love DX." And that was enough to not make Jinder in India switch the finish and have Triple H go over in a big country in front of a major crowd where he'd get a DX easy house show pop instead of making the guy. I can see the megalomania and not wanting to let go and to hold on and to get the pop on the show and what he thinks is best business. But what's best business is to give 1.4 billion people a hero that they can now believe in and make the guy in one night. And instead they did that. And what else do they do? They make him a manager who wears big coats and scarves and covers up what makes him special, which is him being fucking super jacked, like pretty much Randy Orton level, if not bigger, really physically. Like, they wanted factory guys. Well, here's one that fits the bill to feed the India audience. And then he really doesn't even say anything. The guy cuts a hell of a promo. So when I see them taking away what makes somebody special, your physique and your verbal skills to get over, I go, what's the real heat? Who did he really piss off? And why wouldn't they want to make money with this dude? And then the other part of me goes, what the fuck is going on in India? You got Mahabali Shira, who could be the Hulk Hogan of India. He reminds me of that same babyface potential. You got the guy in AEW who's a confirmed shoot giant. Satnam Singh, I believe is his name, right? Then you got Veer, looks awesome with the silky beard, like, could easily be any type of archetype you want from there. The other guy is a big bastard too. I don't know Sangha as much. Then you've got on the indies who was signed to AEW, Jorah Joel, who looks like $1 million. And then, what was the other? It's not Harpreet Singh. That's there's another dude in Impact who cuts great promos. Who's a smaller guy.
Tiger Ali Singh.
It's not who I'm thinking of, but
the X Division guy, right?
Yeah. Sanjay Dutt. Like, you've got a bunch of dudes to make your own bloodline.
Oh, that'd be awesome.
With giants,
awesome.
bro. With fucking giants.
Yes.
And they don't give a shit. It's 1.4 billion people.
What could the issue be, Ben? I mean, the way you just laid that out, what's the freaking issue?
Get me Curry Man.
What's the issue, bro?
Bro, and it's not like Vince, like when you say Indians, he's like, no, I don't want another Chief Jay Strongbow. Fuck that. Like, the guy's not around, bro. So why wouldn't TKO Sports want to go into that? And how have these Indian Nephilim been kept secret for centuries? When you think of looking at little Indian dudes that run a 7-Eleven, all these guys I just named are massive monsters, larger than life figures, most of them. And the ones who aren't are great on the mic and are still shredded and look fucking good. So it's crazy to me business wise.
But Stevie, like, I look at a guy like Jinder, and bro, listen, when somebody is a problem backstage, you always hear it and you know it. And bro, that's the first thing that's gonna cost you a job. You're a problem backstage. Bro, I heard that this dude was like the nicest guy in Stevie. How do you miss on a guy like this? But yet you got 5'4" Finn Balor, you got 5'3" Johnny Gargano, you got 5'5.5" Ciampa. How do you miss on a guy that looks like a blue? What was it, Stevie? You tell me. From my eye, I am not a worker. I did not see a problem with his work. Did I miss something, Stevie? Was there a problem with his work?
No, there was no problem. There was a problem with a lot of other people's work because he looked big and slow and prodding with the spot fest and the flippity doos and all that stuff. Dive, apologize, repeat.
Tweet, apologize, dive, repeat.
Well, here's the thing. You just said it. Jinder is a super nice guy. Let's talk about Karrion. That's
the problem.
Let's talk about Karrion Kross. Also, what I hear is a real stand-up, nice guy.
I met Cross. He's a beautiful guy.
Okay.
Beautiful.
Oh, my.
Based on my one individual meeting, one of my last meetings with Vince, I was told I wasn't a big enough asshole
Right.
and didn't cut enough throats.
Yeah.
What you just talked about is not
That's
a
it.
size issue. It's not being jacked and not jacked. It's who's playing the game and who just wants to show up and work and make some money.
That's it, man. That's it, Stevie.
But isn't this a new era? Isn't this new management?
You have two, 3 or 4 people you need to get rid of before the true new era starts.
Yeah.
And maybe be replaced by worse people. So, yeah, I mean, it's no different. This is the same carny bullshit that we've always seen. It's just, it's masked. I mean, I can't believe they're not coming back with the Be a Star and the whole make a way and trying to get that PR thing going. Believe all women, Me Too, all.
Yeah.
all
I swear to God, Ben, you could take Jinder Mahal and 30 guys on the WWE roster, and you could put them all in one ring, and you could ask the question, okay, man, if you are going to start a new wrestling promotion, you get to pick one guy. You would pick him in a freaking heartbeat, bro. Like for all the reasons we mentioned, but Stevie's right, man. We've seen it with so many people in the Stevie Richards, bro. Freaking Matt Morgan. Are you freaking kidding me? Like, bro, I'm shocked that a guy like Glenn Jacobs, got as over as he got and made it as far as he got, because, Glenn was one of those guys. But it always
he was attached to Taker to a certain extent, and Taker wanted to protect what he was involved with.
But it always seems, Stevie, like the good people are on the outside looking in. It always feels that way, bro.
Well, I mean, like I explained on Raw SmackDown review about how you can have a very long career in wrestling. It might not be the most glamorous one, but if you go the opposite way where everybody is selfish, wants to get their shit in, doesn't even care about hurting people these days. But if you're there to serve others and help others get over while still trying to get yourself over to some degree, you can carve out a nice space within the business. But you have to fight a lot of people who have no psychology, no storytelling capabilities, and it's nearly impossible. Back in the day, you can kind of navigate around it, create Stevie Night Heat, or do whatever you need to do to stand out. But now you're kind of the light is shining on everybody, good or bad. And I don't even know why you look at Jinder in a list of maybe 50 NXT people that could go in one clip, and that's the guy, and you keep those people. It's crazy.
And they cut the girl from China too, because they just make her into Mortal Kombat 3 instead of making her into, dude. Why is there some rules for thee and not for we? Gunther and El Duce, you guys are going to be Hitler Nazis and Russian Red Scare, but we're not going to call it that, but you're going to do everything to it. Girl from China, you're just going to be a video game Mortal Kombat. Why is she not the social media czar? Why is she not from Wuhan Labs? Why is she not? Why is there not heat there regionally for the archetype of the character of what they want to do? Like, some people get to play some stereotypes, some don't. And with the Indian guys, they would just probably want them doing nothing but Bollywood shit like they did with the Bollywood boys, even though they kind of became his bump dummies for a while. That was probably the height of where they got Jinder. And if only there was some global force in wrestling to give these guys the opportunity to shine in a country with 1.4 billion people to kick things off, if only.
If only there was a wrestling promoter that was in exile right now
that
could go into the market of India and not say a word, by the way, because if he opens his mouth, it could ruin everything. In a few minutes, it probably will. Here's what I wanted to say, too. That this is an amazing business in good ways and in these ways, which are not so good. Only in wrestling, when creative has nothing for an amazing talent, they get rid of the talent and not the writers.
Yeah. Bro, the Stevie, the one thing that used to drive me crazy is creative has nothing for you. Then why were they ever on the roster to begin with? That drove me freaking crazy. It is always on the creative, bro. Back in the day, bro, if you had a roster spot, Stevie, you deserved a roster spot. When JR was putting that roster together, there were no favorites and no Garganos and no Indy Harwells. When JR was putting that roster together, you earned a spot. So if you were creative and you had nothing for the guy JR handpicked, bro, that's freaking on you. But I swear to God, bro, this dude needs to hire an agent. Bro, he could be a star in Hollywood, Ben. The way he looks with a different spin, coming from India and what. When's the last time we had an India action hero, bro?
A guy like that, bro, is perfect for a Star Wars type spot too. He's international, could look like he's from the future, super engineered, right? Be a Mandalorian character. Like a dude like that could definitely get over in so many ways. And the frustration of being stopped and started when there's millions of dollars you could tap into in your home country, but they're just going to treat you like, just another racehorse when there really is big potential there. I don't understand how TKO Sports is allowing these old school wrestling things to happen right now and missing the mark on it. Now, that being said, but I know you want to go to the clipboard. I do got to put over of how this might have happened because Stevie's explained this before, and I'd like to get your take on it. Those guys had 4 or 5 get-over matches that are get-over squashes against local talent and how you would get over a new tag team. And every one of them, whether they were cursed or it's just nerves or amateur hour, something went wrong with amateur guys. Like the dude would jump up to do their pose and he slipped off the apron and fell down. Wah, right? So you can just feel Triple H and somebody backstage look at each other and not say something. They were supposed to do some spot where they had the kid set up and he hits him with a running boot and it looked like shit and they missed it. Strike 2. Like if you can't get over in 2 minutes and these guys are looking to cut your throat, they're not even saying nothing backstage. They're just looking at each other going, told you so. The Indian guys can't work. Like,
yeah, but you don't need 2 other Indian guys. We're just talking about Jinder, who you covered up because he looks better than the tag team who's in the ring.
Heat by association, right? Like if they already got heat with Jinder.
Yeah. He should have never had a group. He should have had the little guys and nobody else or just on his own.
That was good. That was working. Yeah. What was wrong with that, bro?
I think it's the calendar and the watch of Vince McMahon that says, I see these guys every day. I've seen them every day for 8 months. And in his mind, it's like 8 years. Where with the crowd, they're just starting. When Jinder won the title, it got legitimate heat, but I think they got cold feet in a way because they're like, oh my God, the people hate Jinder and Jinder. The people hate Jinder. Yeah, there you go. There's your heel champion. Run with it. Well, he's not very exciting. He's a fucking heel. Put him in there against people that are exciting. Let him slip. I'm preaching to the choir, but he's a heel. They really do hate him. They don't want to see him as champion. What are we doing here?
I can't. What a waste, bro. Just what a waste.
What's up, Brand? This is Jeff Lane inviting you to come hang out with me over on Twitch. I'm live several nights a week playing games, classic and new, currently going through Final Fantasy VII Rebirth, the new Contra game, and more. So check me out, Jeff Lane 22 on Twitch.
Pick up Mike Durbin's Conan action figure, bro. Look how beautiful this thing is. I freaking love the packaging, man. Look at this. MikeDurbin.com, guys. Help Mike out, man. This is a beautiful action figure, bro. Beautiful. MikeDurbin.com.